8 months. And of course, we all got to ride the brand new Borealis this spring from Minneapolis, St. Paul to Chicago, a train that broke ridership records after only 5 months of service. And we watched as nearly 20 years of effort finally got an agreement to restore the Gulf Coast service wiped out by Hurricane Katrina. Yeah, things are getting better for passenger rail in big ways and small. Right now, 8 Amtrak routes have gotten their traditional dining car service restored, and more are coming. As part of our work, I meet with Amtrak's customer service leadership every 2 weeks or so. And at nearly every meeting, I remind them that they owe America a better food and beverage offering. Customers demand it, and so's Congress. Congress has gone so far as to write it into law. They're hiring and training chefs, and they're working hard to roll out more dining options. And earlier this month, President Roger Harris finally said in public what we've been promised for some time in private, that so-called flex dining will go away. It'll go away in stages, but it will go away. And speaking of Congress, they came to us for help this year on so many measures. A bill to help Amtrak fight for passengers' right to be on time, a visionary bill to jumpstart high-speed rail with public-private partnerships, a bill to speed up and pay for disability investments at Amtrak stations, a bill to make Amtrak's board meetings and leadership decisions more transparent to the tax-paying public, and the ongoing efforts in the Senate to get a new look Amtrak Board of Directors seated and advocating for passenger-focused change. New service, new trains, better food, better transparency, shovels in the ground after decades of neglect to make our trains run faster, more smoothly, and more efficiently. Yeah, 2024 really was a great year for passenger rail. So what will 2025 be like? Well, let's be brutally honest, it's probably not going to be like 2024. Within hours of November's election results coming in, I got calls from journalists around the country and even beyond asking me to comment on the legacy of Amtrak Joe and whether I thought an incoming Trump administration would wipe that legacy off the map. But see, that's the wrong way to ask this question. It's tempting to call the bipartisan infrastructure law and its rail title Joe Biden's legacy. And let's be real, his leadership probably was the tipping point. But we'd already been building support since 2017 on both sides of the aisle. And in 2021, Democrats and Republicans in Congress wrote that infrastructure law, and they passed it. That's why, even though it's called the Investment in Infrastructure and Jobs Act, or IIJA, it quickly got the tag bipartisan infrastructure law, because it actually was bipartisan. And that infrastructure money is paying American workers to build rolling stock, to produce ties and ballast and signaling equipment, to forge and weld steel into bridge trusses and new rail. And the American Society of Civil Engineers says the average American family is already saving about $700 every year because of it. And for the past 10 years, your association's been winning victories from being bipartisan. And that doesn't mean we don't put up a fight when we need to. We pushed back hard in 2017 and 2018 when the first Trump administration tried to kill the long-distance trains. But think about the way we won. We worked with Democratic and Republican senators to save those long-distance trains. Now, Congress asks us for help a lot these days, and next year, Democrats and Republicans are probably going to ask a lot again. And when they do, we always remind them that we're here because of you, our members, our donors, our supporters. We don't work for Amtrak, we don't work for the White House, and we don't work for Congress. We work for you. And it's only because of your financial support that we can keep doing what we're doing and winning the fights that we're winning and staying in the fights that aren't finished yet. We know our job is going to be a lot tougher in 2025, but we also know we've got you to help us keep carrying your voice into those rooms where the decisions are getting made. And that's why I'm hoping that as 2024 wraps up, you'll include the Rail Passengers Association in your year-end giving. Your tax-deductible contribution helps us to keep working hard on getting better trains, better food, more investment, more transparency. And if anyone decides next year that we should think about getting rid of Amtrak routes or making do with crappy old equipment or even wiping out Amtrak altogether, well, We're ready to fight back just like we did in 2017. But we can't do it without you. So I hope you'll help. From my family to yours, and with whatever holiday you celebrate, we hope it's happy, safe, maybe warm. And next year I hope to see you on the train.